Hello, hello. Welcome to Delightfully Chaotic. Tamara. Hello. So, yes, welcome and all the things. Today is Sunday. I'm just winding down. I have a little bit of wine and a little herbal refreshment. My fan is blowing in the background because my AC keeps breaking. So I have to put in a maintenance request to have my AC fixed. If you hear a fan in the background, I apologize. I'll try to see if I can edit out most of the noise. So yeah, welcome anyways though to Delightfully Chaotic. So yeah, today is Sunday. Yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I met some friends for lunch. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. So I'll probably meet my sister after work. Usually try not to do like the happy hour thing after work nowadays. The older I get, the more I'm just like, why are we doing anything after work on a weekday? What's that about? But on Mondays and Tuesdays, I tend to stay home and work from home since I'm hybrid. So Tuesday, morning, I don't have to get up super early. So I was like, yeah, I'll go out if there's something to do. I think she had said there was some place that we were going to go shop, whatever. Boom, bam, bop. So, yes, that's that. Yesterday, just ran some errands and went to met some friends for lunch. But yeah, that was my weekend. Nothing too special. I did see Sinners again, and I really, really, really love that movie. There's certain movies that you watch that just stick with you, and you just can't get them out of your heads. The second time around, it was just more of the same feels. I was trying to really slow down and really understand and absorb what I'm hearing and seeing. When I watched it the first time, me and my sister were so excited to watch this movie because we were just like fawning over the trailer for weeks before it came out. So I was like talking to her. I tried not to be that person that talks during movies, but I don't talk like obnoxious, but just like as soon as it started, I'm just like, we're just talking to each other. And then I had to get up and go to the bathroom the first time, so I missed little parts here and there. But so the second time around, it was just still so good. The musical sequence that I thought was kind of like cringe at first, it didn't give cringe the second time around. And of course, I know exactly the idea, and I know exactly what was being portrayed, so that wasn't lost on me. It was a beautiful scene. It's just, again, I'm just a stickler for period pieces, so it didn't really wow me the second time around because I knew it was coming. I knew what to expect. I mean, damn, you can look at the damn trailer. They have like 5 trailers. So the thing with these trailers, because in one of the trailers it shows the musical sequence and all that, and when the mill burning down in the background. But with these fucking trailers for this movie, there's like 4 of them or something. They pretty much give everything away. But if you've never seen it before, you're still gonna be like, what is going on? Like they show Stack being turned as a vampire. Like that's something that you wouldn't want in a trailer because it kind of gives away that he's going to be turned into a vampire. I mean, I don't know. It gives away a lot, but it doesn't at the same time. I don't know if this movie got that root on it because everybody's saying the same thing, that they can't stop thinking about it. And it's just so special, and it's really needed in this time right now where every 5 minutes you hear some really like gut-wrenching news about something this fucking idiot is doing. If you can hear my neck crack, I'm so sorry. Baby is stressed and tired. And this lady upstairs, girl, sit down. It's literally 7:39 p.m. Eastern Standard. I don't know what she's doing. Like, hopefully you don't hear that either. Things are going on. This is life, right? Real and uncut. I say all that to say, I'm not gonna do a deep dive of Sinners because like I feel like if you've seen it, or even if you haven't seen it, you've probably seen like people talking about it, and it is kind of doing a lot. Like there is a lot going on about it. So I don't want to get too deep into it. I will just kind of give my interpretation second time around and what I got from different things, different and really big conversational pieces, right? Like for one, Wumni Musaka, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Apologize. She plays one of the twins' love interests. She plays Smoke's love interest. And she's beautiful skin. She's a little she buxom. She got a lot up top. And she had a good bra on in this movie. So the girls were listed. They were ready. They were on set before she even got there. They're like, yes, we're doing the dates. But she's a plus size. I mean, I don't even want to call her plus size. She looks like a healthy, average size woman. But in the industry, I guess she would be considered plus size. And then she's darker complected. So a lot of people, and I experienced this firsthand when the movie first came on. I was sitting next to my younger sister, and she comes into the scene after he's being shown putting the flowers on the baby's grave. And to me, I'm not even gonna hold you. At that millisecond, I was like, that must be his mom or something, because either his mom or his sister or an aunt, somebody with some kind of maybe like authoritative kind of like protector, kind of like she had this kind of stern look on her face, like this nigga right here, like she was over him before he even opened his mouth. So I thought, because of the vibes it was giving, that yes, she was probably a mother or an auntie or an older sister or something. But when they actually started having dialogue, I was like, oh yeah, that's his thing, like they're together. The baby is obviously their baby that passed away. Okay, so this is a romantic situation. And it didn't surprise me in the slightest when they actually kissed. My sister literally gasped when they kissed. And when they, started to, even before they kissed, when you could kind of tell, okay, this is an intimate relationship. These people are intimate. They're in love with each other, right? It's not platonic. It's not familial. It's these two people together. It's a thing. And she gasped a little bit, and she was like, "Oh, wait a minute, that's not his mom." And I'm like, why would you? Even though I thought it for a second, but only because of the acting and how she was looking and how her whole energy was kind of like she was completely over it. That's why I thought that it was the mom, or again, an auntie or something like that. She was really like flabbergasted. And I'm just like, I could have had a deeper conversation with her about it to kind of like probe her and see why. But my sister kind of makes, she has kind of views, they're not toxic or problematic. I remember years ago, we were somewhere in some line at some club in Atlanta, and there was this really pretty dark skinned girl. She looked like she could have been mixed with something, but either way, she was really pretty, dark skinned girl, whatever. And she had really long, what looked to be natural hair. My sister kept on saying, "That's not her. That's not her." And I'm like, my sister's a low-key hater. And I'm just like, why can't that be her hair? Because she's dark skinned. Like, that doesn't. And it probably sounded as if I was agreeing with her, but I'm really just asking, why do you keep on saying? So she kind of takes that lens when it comes to certain things. So I wasn't really surprised that she was surprised that this woman was not his fucking mother. But I was a little disappointed. It's like, people, you have to just meet them where they're at. I could have sat there and asked her questions afterwards, like, why did you think that? But I really didn't care enough to do all that. She's going to think what she wants. The scene was great. The scene was beautiful. I really like their dynamic and their chemistry. They have a lot of great chemistry. That's Smoke and Annie. I was thinking about this today, still on Annie, her character in Womney. And I'm pretty sure this woman is on cloud nine, right? Like, she's always been an actress. I don't know how long she's been in the game, but I know she's British, I think. And she's always acted. I don't want to say always, but she's been in a lot more projects besides this one. But I think this is her first like breakout breakout role is in Sinners. And of course, I was introduced to her through Lovecraft Country, which is phenomenal. It's good. Okay. Lovecraft Country. Okay, that's the kind of show like you watch it one good time straight through, and then you can put it on in the background, and like when you're doing shit. Like, I love shows like that. She's great in that, but I think that Sinners is like her breakout role. But I'm saying all that to say, to be this huge kind of star, and you're still kind of like, she hasn't even reached her pinnacle as far as her stardom. I think this is really the beginning for her. For you to be on this huge high of everybody just praising you, and people who don't even know you, like the memes, and women just supporting you and fawning over you, and just, it has to feel so overwhelmingly like amazing, like scary. It's like, people really fuck with me. Like, people really appreciate what I'm doing, and people think that I'm beautiful, like, because she absolutely is, right? But then you have the other side of the internet where people are very boldly saying that, again, I thought that was the mama, or, just boldly making comments about this woman's fucking body and how she looks like a regular sized woman in just like regular everyday America. And it's like, a lot of us have been, like my sister, have been just conditioned to believe that a man that looks like Michael B. Jordan, which honestly, a lot of women don't even really find him attractive. I think he is, right? But a lot of people have been conditioned to believe that a woman of Michael B. Jordan's caliber physical caliber is going to be more like an Ava Mendez or a Paula Patton or, light, bright, damn near white, giving maybe, anybody light skin basically. Or maybe even a Tika Sumpter, just a more slender, conventionally beautiful, quote unquote, idea of what a woman should look like or a Black woman should look like, whatever. Y'all have been conditioned to believe that that's really like, if y'all look back into your photo albums, yeah, just reach over under the TV stand and get it out. You'll see that there's women in your family, my nigga, that look like Annie. There's women in my family that look like Annie. And that's okay. That's completely fine. Get over yourselves. This woman is on cloud nine, and just imagine how it must feel. And hopefully she's protecting herself mentally and emotionally, but imagine how it might feel to see one of those nasty comments slip through the cracks and she reads it. You know what I mean? Like that has to suck balls. But anyway, she's amazing. Stacking Mary. I really liked Mary's character. I think it's kind of dope that the actual actress is also 1/8 Black or something like that. Her granddad is half Black. I believe it's her mother who is Filipino, white, Black, and some other stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. I do believe, like a lot of people, that she used her privilege, and she even said it. She was like, "They'll talk to me if I go out there," which it was true. They did, and well, they would have anyway, right? Because unbeknownst to them, they weren't the Klan. They weren't like racist, quote unquote. But turning your back, you clearly, if you saw a threat, you got scared to the point where you actually drew your gun, and then you turned your back, my nigga. I know it's a movie, and I know that things have to happen. You turned your back on these niggas. And my thing is, one of the questions, because I have a few questions throughout this movie, but one of them was, I thought that you had to let a vampire inside your dwelling for them to be able to bite you. How were they able to just jump on her and bite her from out? She was outside. She didn't technically invite them into anything. So I don't know. That was the first question I had. So Stacking Mary, yeah, I like their little storyline. That was cute. She was kind of a bimbo for thinking that, I guess that's her white side, like the white privilege side of it all. You're talking to these two Black men. You're talking to this Black man in this public train station about intimate things. Anybody can hear you. They follow him home, and they're hanging from a tree. 12 minutes later, like, you can't, and that's why he was telling her, like, shut the fuck, hush, lower your voice. And then even in the juke joint, he was saying, like, I'm trying to keep you safe. By staying away from me, you will be safe, and I will be safe, and my community will be safe. And it's like the whiteness in her just couldn't wrap her little pea brain around that concept. You love this man so much to the point where you're saying, well, damn him and his safety, and I want to know that he loves me. I want to know that I'm not the crazy one here. So you're letting all that blind you and delude you into thinking that these people are going to be safe with you around. They're not. I thought that was really selfish for her to just be like coming around and, talking the way she was talking and just being too familiar with him in public, knowing that she literally had to flee that state in order to start a life with somebody who probably didn't even know her. They couldn't have known her from what was it, Clarksville? They couldn't have known her from that city or town because they definitely wouldn't have married her. Okay, the wine is kicking in. I'm definitely gonna have to listen to the last 5 minutes of that because I don't know what the fuck. But Mary, she really wasn't shit or whatever, but like, she did play that role. She played that part. She really did. Sammy's character was great. I love his voice, his talking voice and his singing voice. He's super, super talented. I didn't know until I guess he said it in an interview that the musician he was on tour with her. I wish she would change her fucking name, girl. Change your name. The girl, he was on tour with her. And I guess after the tour or whatever, she calls him and she was like, yo, there's these niggas that are making this movie. And I guess for like secrecy or privacy, Ryan Coogler, and this is me talking, not her. Ryan Coogler was like, we're going to name this movie Grilled Cheese. Like, that was the actual name of the movie, I guess, when they were in pre-production. Maybe so people wouldn't be nosy and they wouldn't really leak anything or give anything away. Or maybe they were really going to call it Grilled Cheese. I couldn't see it being named Grilled Cheese after seeing it twice, but whatever. So she was like, yo, these niggas are making this movie. I think you'd be great for it. Just go and audition for it. And he went and auditioned for it. He was like 18 or 19. He went and auditioned for it. He got the part. And his voice is just perfect for this role. It's so perfect. After I saw it the second time, I'm just sitting in the theater and I know what's coming because I know there's credits after the a scene after the credits or while the credits are rolling. And people, as soon as, before it even cut, as soon as they saw the first couple credits on the screen, even though you're seeing transitions, so there's a scene and then there's credits, and then there's a scene and then there's credits. If you know anything about like Marvel, when he did the Black Panther, Marvel does this anyway with most of their movies where they'll have the after credit scenes or whatever. But like, if you see their scenes going in and out of the credits, more than likely you probably want to stay and see what's going on. These niggas were just getting up. I said, so I watched the after scene, when Stack and Mary come in and they got the Coogee sweater on, and I saw somebody in the comments say that Coogee sweater is actually sold out and they bumped the price like some stupid astronomical price, which I absolutely believe. But I didn't know because I went ahead and left after that. As I was getting up, I saw Sinners come on the screen. So, okay, it's over. And then the credits are going to roll, whatever. So I'm leaving. But there was actually another scene after that where Miles Canton, which is the young man who plays Sammy, was singing like a gospel song or something. His mother is actually a gospel artist. And don't get me to lie on her name. She's a gospel artist and pretty popular, famous even. His mother's name is, I know his mother's name. Oh, he's been singing for, there's also a video of him when he was really, really young singing at the church. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He already is already. I mean, to imagine being so young and this being your first breakout role, a movie that people can't stop thinking about, a movie that people have gone to watch 3-4 times already, and this movie has already amassed like 200 million or something like that. Variety, yeah, Variety. Who edited and published it and approved that fucking article from Variety, fresh off of the weekend? They talk about how the movie only made 60 million in the first. An original movie made only 60 million the first weekend, even though the budget was 90. Shut the fuck up. It's literally the first weekend. Now shut up. Hush. Your racism is showing. Anyway, his mother is Timothy Figueroa. They're from Brooklyn. Miles, yes. He's so cute. He's so adorable. But I think he did an amazing job. Of course, Delroy Lindo did an amazing job. I heard earlier this week that the scene of them in the car and he starts humming and, he's taking that pain, that trauma that he's, that's coming back up and he's, transmuting it, is that the right word? Into song, into blues. And he said this in an interview that he told Ryan, just let me go with it. Just let me go with it. I got it. So Ryan let him do what he wanted to do. So after he said his lines and he just starts hitting his knee and just moaning and just making this gut-wrenching just sound, this music coming out of his mouth, that's when Michael B. Jordan kind of picked up on what he was doing, and then he told Miles to play the guitar. Like, all of that was kind of improv. That is amazing. That is amazing. Delroy Lindo is that nigga, for real. Look him up. So yeah, overall, 10 out of 10, definitely would recommend. I might go see it again. Did not mean for that to rhyme. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say about that. Haven't seen it yet. Oh, if you haven't seen it, I might have to put a spoiler. I don't really think I spoiled anything. I have to figure it out when I edit it back. Let's get into this best hoodie. Shannon's Not-so-Sharpe. Shannon, what are we going to do with you? So, as I'm sure everybody knows, Shannon Sharpe is in hot water after being accused and being sued for $50 million for sexual abuse, sexual assault. He met this really young girl in 2023. She was 19 at the time. He was 54. They had about a 2-year-long relationship, quote unquote. She is on OnlyFans, and it seems like he was basically being that creep dude at the gym that just stares you down until you finally just give in and give him your number. Never happened to me, but some of the girlies have experienced that as far as like giving in and giving the number. No, man, you can just stare all you want. But apparently he got the number and they, again, had a relationship. This is a child, like literally a child, 19 years old, and you're 54. So from what the woman is stating, he raped her, I think, twice. He refused to wear a condom a couple of times. He threatened to choke her. There's actually audio of him saying that he's going to choke the shit out of her if she keeps on saying, what word was it? I think I talked about this. Didn't I talk about this? No, I didn't. what word was it that she kept on saying, and he said, if you say it one more time, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you. He actually admitted that that was him. When all of this started, Shannon's lawyers and Shannon, they wanted to give her 10 million, I guess, to just shut her up. She was like, nah, I want more than that, because she knows that she's not the only one, and she knows that she has a lot of dirt on him, and she knows that he has $100,000 contract that he's up for right now. So I don't blame her. Like, pay me run me my money. If everything that she said happened, and that's damages, I'm due that money. I'm due that emotionally, mentally. I have to go to therapy. You, whether or not she's an OnlyFans model, or whether or not she wrote you nasty text messages about what she wants to do with you, a woman can sleep with you 1,000 times, and that 1,001 time, if she doesn't want to, and you force her yourself on her, that is rape. You could be you can be raw dogging it for months and months and months, but if I tell you I want you to wear a condom and you don't, that's rape. It's hard for some people to wrap their heads around. Just because we're married doesn't mean that I have to have sex with you. If you force yourself on me, that's right. And vice versa, because women can rape men. I know it's not as believed as much, but it's a thing. So yeah, I just think it's so odd that he was really becoming like this really big media star. What do you call media that's solely on social media, like Instagram and YouTube and shit? What do you call that? A social media star. He didn't really get on my radar. I knew who he was, and I knew that he was like this BS sports commentator, ex football player, all that shit. I didn't really care. He wasn't really on my radar until the Cat Williams interview. I know Cat is just sitting up kee-keeing with his phone, just scrolling and just kee-keeing. With all them churn in the house. Yeah, Shannon, it's not looking too good for you, boo boo. Your preference is showing. And if you see the pictures, she looks really super young. There's also another accusation. There's a reporter named, I don't want to get this wrong, named Michelle Evans. This is a new accuser. This is somebody completely different. This is May 3rd, which today? This was yesterday. DailyMail.com. Shannon Sharpe accuser claims ex-NFL star threatened to kill her for filing a restraining order against him. Isn't that ironic? Michelle Evans, now 52, came forward in a bombshell interview with Daily Mail on April 24th to detail disturbing parallels between the $50 million rape lawsuit, the one that we just talked about that's recent, Sharpe is facing in Nevada, and her own 15-year legal battle with him. So she's been trying to get some kind of justice for 15 years. Y'all niggas are really out here doing this to people, and you think that this is not going to have consequences. Whatever is done in the dark comes to the light. Y'all think that fat meat ain't greasy? A popular podcaster and occasional ESPN personality opted out of NFL draft duties for the cable network last week after being sued by an unnamed former girlfriend, which I guess again is the one that's suing him for 50 million. Now he didn't opt out of anything. They told him, nigga, you need to go out, put your suit on and get in front of that camera and just do what you have to do. I'm sure that he didn't want to. Yeah. So more women are going to come out. This Michelle Evans, she, pretty chick. I guess this happened back in the early 2000s. Yeah. When she was assaulted by him. And so she was talking in the Here and Now things. I saw a video of her. And honestly, there was an older woman talking, and she's probably in her mid 50s now. The red hair, because she has like this really pretty red hair. If you look her up, and I'm thinking they're gonna pan over to the victims, and I'm ashamed to say it. I was like, oh, but 15 years. She's obviously older. That in no way, shape, or form dismisses her accusations or her experience. And I hope that her and this little girl get they nutty. Period. And Shannon Sharpe do better. And fuck you all to hell. Let me hurry up because I was going to finish with the Shannon Sharpe, but I just saw this article before I started. Now, this is on Baller Alert. Shannon Sharpe's former stylist hints at covering for him in the past. I had everything so organized. Ma'am, this is a woman, I believe. Ma'am, Shannon Sharpe's former stylist has made an eyebrow-raising revelation as the former NFL star faces serious legal woes. His ex-staffer, known as Hollywood Mugler or Russell Hollywood Simpson, uploaded an image of Sharpe alongside several women who appeared to be bottle girls at an event. While the image may seem innocent, Mugler alluded to a much more sinister backstory. Quote, See, when I was around, you never heard a single word. I had everything so organized. Hero. Okay, so this is a man. Sir! So you realize that you're an accomplice. I guess accomplice might be pushing it, but you're making yourself look guilty of facilitating sexual assault and like maybe even sex trafficking. I don't know. You doing something wrong you ain't got no business doing. And you coming on the internet. Ain't nobody asked you to say nothing. He said, I had everything so organized. Shut your stupid ass up. Sharpe seemingly, and then that even makes Shannon look like he's even more guilty. I had everything organized. Nigga, who do you need a lawyer now? You need a lawyer now. And Shannon probably called your ass to cuss you out already. What are you doing? Sharpe seemingly parted ways with Mugler. I can't take this person seriously. With Simpson after leaving FS1 in 2023. Prior to their split, the pair were frequently seen together at red carpet events in late 2024. Rumors began circulating online that Sharpe was allegedly trying to block Simpson from appearing on a reality show, seemingly out of fear that the stylist might spill some tea about him, period. When does it air? I haven't watched that type of shit in years. I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop in years, but I will watch that. Which one is he gonna be on? Shit. You're incriminating yourself too. Even if it's not like real criminal charges, you still look like a complete creep on the internet and you're bragging about it. You're bragging about it. And comment says, this ain't the flex he thinks it is. Fuck you, Shannon Sharpe, and your stylist, and everybody else that's on your side. And these stupid ass men that are saying they're trying to take a black man down. Okay. Ooh, French Montana covers men's fitness magazine. I'm gonna tell you something. I was doom strolling yesterday. And I'm kind of like looking for stuff to talk about. I'm just like, blah, blah, blah. And I see this half-baked body on this magazine cover. It's taking me a while to kind of like adjust my eyes and see what's going on. I'm going up. My eyes are going up. That the stomach, the chest. Then I get to the face. And when I tell you, I smacked my teeth so fucking hard. I said, this is not all of this for French Montana. What are we doing? He looks like he has those sprayed on abs. His body is so oddly shaped to me. He looks half baked. He doesn't look he doesn't look appetizing. He doesn't look sexy. He looks weird. He always looked weird. But health is wealth, French Montana. His caption, Health is Wealth. Honored to grace the cover of Men's Fitness and share the mental and physical journey that transformed my life. Grateful for the growth, discipline, and the mindset that got me here. He just looks weird. He looks like a Gumby. He looks like a Gumby toy. The Gumby toy, that green nigga that had the high top, and you could just stretch him. That's what he looks like. Why does he look like that? Somebody said he looks surprised that he's there. He looks surprised that he does. Somebody else said, photographer, you ready? French, huh? Please go look at this. Men's Fitness. But spelled backwards is nah. People are ruthless. He got the Drake surgeon package. I don't like the body shame. I don't think I am. He just looks so strange. Y'all go check it out and tell me I'm not lying. I saw a video of Kamala doing the boots on the ground dance. She's so cute and just like everybody thinks that she's so unproblematic now. Like y'all niggas ain't talking about how she was locking niggas up and all of that. Oh, come back, Kamala. Oh, we missed. Shut up. Hush. What did y'all think was gonna happen? Serious question. But yeah, she was doing the boots on the ground dance and she got it. She got a little swing to her. She's so swaggy. And people really like, she ain't black. That lady is black. Went to a black school, wore bamboo earrings. Like, leave that lady alone. She did what she was supposed to do. Let her be. Rumi Carter is all on her mama internet this past week. Cowboy Carter the tour has started, and don't get me to lying, I don't know where it started. What was the first? I think it was LA or something. But Rumi's been coming out. I think she comes out during Protector. I don't know if she's coming out to all the shows, but she's just so bubbly and she's so cute and bubbly and just smiling, and she's so innocent and just proud, and people are like, you can hear the crowd like screaming and reacting to her, and she's reacting to them, reacting to her. She's turning around to hug her mom, and she's just doing a lot. Like, she's a little kid, and people are like, she's autistic or she's on the spectrum. it's really rude. You can think whatever you want, but to actually have the thought, pick up your phone and type in words that's talking about a child. Somebody actually diagnosed this baby on Threads. Well, she's clearly on the spectrum and blah, blah, blah. Even if she is, so what? Why do you have to actually say that? And, is there a possibility that she is? Probably. They never show their son, but they don't have to, for one. If he is on the spectrum, she could possibly be as well, maybe to a degree, but it's nobody's business to the point where you're actually like commenting about it. I saw another person commenting saying, you know what? Y'all kids are so glued to their tablets and their headphones and their screens. I guess it's hard for you to actually wrap your head around seeing a just jubilant, like happy child, like that's acting like an actual child and not a little asshole. That makes sense. But she's doing a good job. I think she was supposed to be doing the choreography for Protect the Child. She was doing her own thing. She said, yes, I have arrived. They're here for me. She knows exactly who she is. She knows who her mother is. She knows who her sister is. And I just love seeing Blue. She's way more confident this time around. And I know they sat and had a talk with this little girl and said, if you're going to do it, put your all into it. And because you can really tell that she's really working hard, and she does have a natural gift for dancing. I think the more she does it and the more she gets comfortable, she'll probably open up more and kind of loosen up a little bit. Her facial expressions are better this time around. Like, she's really more comfortable. And the deja vu choreography, I mean, come on, like, she's hitting it. And it's really nice to see. And no, I'm not going to the concert. I did go to Renaissance, but I just love seeing all the different clips and everything from it. So I feel like I'm there. Period. But y'all need to stop talking about people's kids. Shut the hell up. I think there was a quote from Mike Tyson that said, the internet has made people, something about the internet. Just hush. Be quiet. Let that little girl be a girl. But she bad. It's not bad, but kind of like an annoying kind of bad. But she's a kid, kids are annoying. So Mike Tyson says, and he probably didn't even say this shit, but it sounds like he would say it. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. I know that's right, Mike. I want to try his gummies. Let me see if I can get them. I think they're called Mike Bites. That's excellent branding. Mike Bites? Come on. Mike's Bites. Yeah, leave that little girl alone. Y'all gonna, and it's an ear. Nigga, I know you was lying to me. Baby, now I gotta get some. I ain't even know. I've heard that he had these gummies called Mike Bites. And it's a damn ear. Nigga, I know you were lying to me. Can I get these shipped to Florida? I mean, they have them in the, I'm gonna go to the dispensary and see. They ain't got it in no damn Walmart. Stop it. Anyway though. Yeah. Come on, Rumi. So Rumi and Blue, that wasn't mess. I need to have another segment for not mess. Because here's some more mess. You ready? Here it go. Kodak, not the film company, but Kodak admits to not showering every day. So he went on his live and he was like, he doesn't shower every day, but his skin is really smooth. But he doesn't shower every day. That's what he's saying. I don't know what prompted this. I'm not surprised that he doesn't shower every day. You can clearly look at him and see he doesn't shower every day. That's not even me being mean. And you know what? I shouldn't say that. There are people who look like him who shower multiple times a day. He looks like he doesn't, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. I want to be careful what I say though, because I kind of feel for him. He's young. I think he's probably the same age as my nephew. I remember my nephew and his friends, like his football friends and his best friends, they all had they would always have these phases that they would go through, right? He has a couple of friends that he's known since like 4 or 5 years old, and he's like 24 now. So they would go through these phases, like they would all get their hair cut the same way, and they would all do this and do that. And he was really like into Kodak. I think at one point he tried to do his hair like Kodak, and they would do the thing with no grills in their mouth, smiling with the. So when I see him, he kind of reminds me of my nephew. I don't know how old he is, but he's 27. I love his music. He's dope. He's really talented. I hope that he makes it to 30. I really do, because he's definitely on drugs. He's definitely abusing drugs. In the real shit. Okay, I saw a video of him like a month or so ago, and he was on live, and he was like swaying, like he couldn't really stand up. He was high. like blasted, and he was trying to light up a blunt or black him out something. And the way he was positioning like his hands and his arms, it looked like he was trying to like light up a crack pipe. And that's what people were saying in the comments. And surprisingly, the comments weren't really bashing him or anything. A lot of people praying for him. And on the live, in the video that he was doing, people were telling him, you know, not to end up like DMX. He was like, I'm not going to end up like DMX. It was just sad to see. It was really sad to see. I think I watched it a couple times because it was just, you know how when you see somebody that's high or like cracked out or whatever, they have that twitch in them, and like he was just moving kind of erratically. He was trying to light, and he couldn't light it for nothing. Like he couldn't light whatever it is he was trying to smoke. It wasn't a crack pipe, but he was positioning his body like he was lighting up a crack. It was just, somebody said something about muscle memory. I was like, oh my God. I pray he makes it to 30. I do. All that being said, I absolutely 100% believe that he does not bathe every day. And yet he continues to have children. So there you go. And I really pray that he makes it to 30. Yeah, Kodak Black really got online. I mean, what would make you do that? What would make you say, I'm going to go online and tell people I don't wash my ass? I feel really, really bad for him. Because somewhere along the line, he got fucked up. If we really dig deep, it probably has to, do with trauma, childhood. Like, I think he's from Miami, so he probably grew up in like the tough parts of Miami. I just pray for his healing overall. And I'm not even being funny when I say that. I am about to be funny right now with this next. I posted a really quick little 3-minute video on my YouTube because I'm still trying to get used to the whole YouTube shit. Like, what am I doing? What is this? About it, this pastor and his dodo brain wife. What is the name of these stupid people? Steele. What's the name of Steele pastor? Anybody can name themselves pastor these days. Reginald Steele. Let's see what Googleisha says. Reginald Steele has been a senior pastor for over 20 years at Kingdom in the Valley in Phoenix. Over 20 years. You are lying to me. Wow. And his wife, what's her name? Kelly. This is the AI overview. Reginald and Kelly Steele are husband and wife, and they co-lead a church and support other church leaders through Kingdom Churches United. Jeff Steele is a senior pastor at Redeeming Grace Church. Michelle, I don't know who those people are. So Reginald Steele, Kelly Steele. Why is this white lady here? Oh, whatever. Either way, these niggas shouldn't be pastoring anybody. They should not be leading any kind of congregation, let alone for 20 years. 20 of them things. The Steeles were on the Dear Wifey podcast. This was recently, maybe like a week ago or something. They were on the podcast a few weeks ago. And the part that I talked about on YouTube, the host of the podcast, and apparently the host of the podcast used to be a big old hoe too. And so he's not, the host of the podcast is not married. His name is Laterris R. Whitfield. So he's not married, I don't believe. Or did he get married? So apparently he was a big old hoe too. And now he's like coaching people on how to find husbands and wives. He better be damn married. Because why else would you do that? I don't think he is. Either way, shape, or form. He asked them, he was like, okay, so today is a special day because what? And so the husband, Reggie Steele, says, we've been married for 32 years today. And then the host says, oh yeah, and you had cold feet. You were an hour late to the wedding. An hour late. This woman does not flinch. She does not roll her eyes. She doesn't seem uncomfortable. Me, however, my face was doing all of the things. I was just like, okay. You're an hour late to your own wedding. And so he was like, yeah, man, let's just say what happens at the bachelor party stays at the bachelor party. He's saying this in front of his wife. I don't think they were clutching hands at that moment, but at some moment they were holding hands. He's saying, and she's just like giggling and yeah. And so him and the host are like, they're doing the bro thing. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable that these people are pastors of a church. Aren't there some churches where the pastors or the preachers or whatever they're called, the heads of the church, will also be like, they'll also do like marriage counseling for individuals that want to be married. In some churches you have to, it's required to get the marriage counseling before you are wed in front of God in the church. And I respect it in a way, but it's at the same time, it's like, really. And especially if these niggas are the marriage counselors, get the fuck out of here. So he finally decided to arrive at his wedding an hour later. where I'm sure she welcomed him with open arms. Girl, blink twice. Finally gets to the wedding, and then they talk about how he talks about how when he first met her, they met when they were like in high school or maybe almost out of high school, like 18, 19. They met. She's known him for a really long time, probably her whole life. That's probably the only man she's ever been with. And um to the Christian, the most Christian of all the Christian people, that's like a dream, right? Like, oh, she's only been with one man. What was I saying? So he was like, first of all, he wasn't attracted to her. He was like, she wasn't really my preference. Like, she's a brown skinned woman. Like, she's not dark skinned. She's not light skinned. She's a brown skinned woman. Nice skin complexion. He was basically saying she was too dark for him. And he likes like the light skin. That's number one. She wasn't my type. Or you know what? I could be getting that little line confused with another nigga that was on there that said the same thing. This man, Pastor Steele, said that she wasn't his type, but I forgot why he said that. What was the reason? The audacity. Because it wasn't, I literally just got him confused with another man on the same, that was a guest on the same podcast with his wife, another dodo brain. And he was the one who says, I usually like lighter skinned women, Latino, whatever. And that wife, again, beautiful brown girl. Anyway, back to the Steele's people. So they're just talking about how, how they met and how, he would actually cheat on her. Like he was just out here and he was just doing it openly. And she was, instead of holding him accountable and trying to, get him to get on the right path and get him to reach and to look for God and be like, why show me, reveal to me what's in me that's causing me to treat my wife this way, that's causing me to continuously break my vows. Instead of her, sitting down with him and praying for him to be relieved and loose from whatever it is that's holding him in the swells of just, fornication and infidelity, instead of her like focusing on him and his faults, and if she ain't gonna leave him, at least try to make sure that you're helping him get his shit together. She's working on herself. She's saying, I believe in Jesus and I know that he's gonna love me. And when he says that, he'll talk bad, he would talk bad to me. Like he would say, I was worthless. And he would say, I wish I never married. Like he would say, I wish I never married you to this woman. And she would be like, well, you're gonna love me and you're going to, and I'm praying on it. And God. She was ironing his clothes for him while he was on his way out to see his side chicks. And they have kids together too. I can only imagine how their children feel, especially if they have girls. But then the wife, she was saying how she grew up in a household where I believe her dad was a philanderer as well. And her mom, I don't want to misquote her, but if you want to see the whole thing, go to Dear Wifey. Dear Future Wifey. I'm pretty sure that he does. He knows that he's gonna get that rage bait. He knows he's gonna get those clicks and those likes and those comments because he has to understand that this is insane. But he was a hoe too, so I guess in his mind it makes sense. I don't know. But she was saying how her mother kind of like dealt with it and her mom acquiesced and just kind of like conformed and just, she was saying maybe I can, if I just love him harder, like he'll stop or whatever, something to that effect. And she wasn't placing any blame on him. She didn't seem to be embarrassed. She was just saying, it's me. Like, I have to fix myself. I have to make sure that I'm doing this and doing that so he doesn't. And I didn't look at the whole interview. I just saw a snippet, but I guarantee you he's still cheating. I guarantee you she's still ironing his clothes. Just imagine 32 years of that bullshit. 32 years. And then you've placed yourself in front of a congregation of people who, for some odd reason, maybe look up to you. They pour into you in your church and they tithe and they lean on your every word. How could you really get on, again, Beyonce's internet and talk about your wife like this in front of her? She clearly is a hostage. She doesn't understand what's going on. I don't even think that she's on this planet Earth, that is. I don't know where the fuck she's at. I really sympathize with her. Ladies, we've all been dumb for a nigga, but those were seasons that, eventually they ended. 32 years, my nigga? There's no way she's happy. There's no way she's actually happy. Unless she's getting her back blown out every time he leaves, there's no way that she's happy with that man. And I really hate when the Black church does this, they really make people who don't conform to the whole nuclear family, blended family thing, or you go to school, you find a spouse, you have kids, and that's what you do. People who stray outside of that or denounce that or decenter men and work on themselves, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. Is there? Because y'all niggas leaving a lot to be desired with this whole marriage thing. How does a woman in 2025 benefit from marriage? Serious question. Quickly. Maybe in 1930 she would have benefited from marriage because she had no other fucking choice. And that was the only way that someone would be able to take care of her. Other than that, she would be out on the street. Families and mothers and fathers would sell their daughters off to older men in most cases, sell them off into marriage so they can be taken care of. They have one less mouth to feed. They'll be taken care of, quote unquote. They'll be taken care of. All right. I am working, girl. I don't know what she be doing. I am working on my family tree. I said working on because I really haven't looked at it for almost a year because I don't be wanting to pay no subscription for stuff. I got enough subscriptions anyway. So Ancestry.com, you can only do so much. But my father's side of the family is huge, like massive. I found the white nigga that came here from London. I don't know if he raped somebody to get in the family or whatever, but I found that nigga. But you can't really do anything past that. You can't look at like international records unless you pay like $40 or some shit. So until then, my Christmas tree, my family tree is just chilling. But in my family tree, I found, I want to say it's my great great grandmother, my 2 times grandmother. She was married to my 2 times grandfather when she was 10 years old. 10. And I think he was 17 or 18. She was married to him at 10. And she started having babies at 12. I'm assuming maybe she got her period around that time. And then the records show, and I want to go back just to confirm, but the records show that this woman had 22 children. She started having babies at 12 years old. Could you imagine just the sorrow? Like, and I'm not saying that having kids is sorrowful or sad, but like 22 kids, you didn't do that because you wanted to. You didn't lay down and have 20. First of all, you were 12, and he was probably almost 20 something. So that's a whole nother conversation. But you didn't have all those children because it just brought you so much joy. And maybe it did. When the niggas get here, I guess it's different, right? I don't know. But that's abuse. And just imagine the toll it took on her body and her mind. 22 children. And I think that's the sole reason that my dad's side of the family is so big. Yeah. What am I talking about? The state pastor. I don't even want to call him a pastor. Both of y'all can go to hell, lady. You keep on holding on to his hand, he gonna drag you right down to hell with I mean, you can still be saved. And in the video I put on YouTube, she was like, when she was younger, she didn't know Jesus. I said, you still don't know. Is Jesus in the room? Jesus is sitting there with his head, his arms folded and his hand resting on his chin, just shaking his head, flipping his hair. Oh, he wouldn't be flipping his hair. He would be shaping up his afro. Jesus is, either whatever he doing to his hair, he is not pleased with you. That it is not a union that God put together. And it's just, in all jokes aside, to see them really go on these platforms and smile in people's fucking faces, it's like you have to know that you sound like a plumb fool right now. There's even men who are creating content saying this ain't it. When you got niggas talking about nah, something's wrong. Yeah, such a shame. She should be ashamed of herself, especially if she has daughters. Don't give me the Google. I don't have time for that. All right, y'all. TV and Tings. TV and Tings. So this isn't really on TV. It's on YouTube. I guess you could say it's TV. Cree Summer did an interview with Shan Booty. And I don't know if this was a recent interview. I just saw it yesterday. It was really good. It was really, really good. I love Cree Summer. I love everything about her. She's so amazing, so talented. Just hearing her talk is so nostalgic because her voice has literally been in everything in our childhood. Phenomenal voice actress, the legendary Freddie from A Different World. She's 55 now. She looks great. and they were talking about, relationships. And I don't know if she was married before and maybe she's divorced now, but she does have children, I believe. And she was talking about how there was a specific part in the interview where she was saying how I've never clearly made the right decision when it comes to dating and men. Like I'm too smart to have made the decisions that I've made in the past. I'm gonna play it. Hopefully that'll be okay. I don't know.
Oh, so embarrassing to say at 55. I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet. With all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen, you know? Yeah. I could have given myself the credit for how intelligent I really am.
When I tell you, that hit hard. I could have given myself a little credit for how intelligent I am when it comes to men and choosing the right men. And that resonated with me so hard because since the moment I was able to date at 16, I was choosing the wrong man. So yeah, and it was a part of it was very kind of freeing because it's like, okay, so I'm not alone. I'm not a complete moron. Like, I know I'm not dumb. I made really stupid decisions, but overall, I'm not dumb. I'm very intelligent. I know I should have known better, but it just really hit me. That was some real shit. And if you want to watch the whole, I think it's like 55 minutes. I'm trying to pull it up right now. And Booty, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She has a lot of good, really, really good, deep interviews and just content discussions. I'm not really heavy on her page, but she literally when did this come out? With Cree Summer. Okay, this came out 4 days ago. Oh, she has 2 different channels. So this is on her channel, Lovers by Shan. Lovers by Shan, SHAN. Came out 4 days ago. Already has like 200 and something thousand views. So the title of the video is "I Lost My Sex Drive Because He Never Did This," featuring Cree Summer. I forgot what that part about it was. The one thing that just stuck out was the snippet that I just played. She said a word, like seriously said a word, and it just really had me thinking about the mistakes I made. And she said, I've clearly haven't chosen the right partner for me yet. She does say yet. And she said, with all the things that I know, I could have made better decisions. I didn't give myself enough credit for how intelligent I really am. And that just it just makes you just really think like, wow. And I've been single since 2019, happily, very intentionally single. And I'm really starting to kind of like get into the idea of dating again, but oh, the pool and piss and all of those things. Yeah, so exciting. But then that's the thing. Every time I think about it, I immediately have this negative reaction. So I'm trying to reprogram my mind to be open to, receiving that person that is for me, right? Whatever. But I want to have that discernment that I didn't have when I was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 33, 34, I'm praying for deeper discernment every day, just like to be more aware. And I think what's going to help is that, every once in a while I'll write down different attributes, facial attribute, the way he would look, the way he would, down to a T, how tall he is, all of that. So, I have this all written down of exactly what I want. And when he presents himself, I'll know exactly who it is because it's the person that I envisioned in my mind. And it sounds so cuckoo and rah-rah and woo-woo or whatever, but you have to have that way of thinking when it comes to things that you want. Do I want to have a partner above all else? No. It'll be the cherry on top of everything once I get my shit together. You're like, oh yes, man, please, yes. And when I'm ready, he will come. Hello? Ooh, I forgot what I was talking about. But yes, Cree, please go watch this interview. It is on Shan Booty's other page, Lovers by Shan. Great interview. 20 out of 10. Okay, what else was I watching this weekend? I watched, I don't know, I really like the TV shows like the the doctor, hospital, like ER, Grey's Anatomy. I love those shows. I'm caught up with Grey's Anatomy. I just caught up with 911. Angela Bassett's on 911. There's a really, really super main character that dies, so I don't want to give anything away, but yeah. I started watching You on Netflix. It's the 5th season. It's pretty good. I think I'm on episode 5 or 6 now. It's good. It's a little anticlimactic. I don't know. It's okay. I'm definitely gonna finish it, but it's not as good as the first few seasons. I don't know if they should continue. I saw Women in the Yard. I did not like it at all. Hated it. Didn't like it. Now, granted, I didn't finish. I probably have like maybe 30 minutes left. I didn't like it. After a while, I realized that the woman in the yard is not, and I could be spoiling, but maybe I'm not because I didn't finish it. I probably should finish it, but I just can't bring myself to because I was just really disappointed. But to me, my interpretation is that the woman in the yard, there's no woman in the yard. It's all a figment of their imagination because they're all experiencing a really deep grief and trauma, tragedy. The man of the family, the husband, the father, he dies in a car accident. That's basically the premise of the movie, right? So they're all grieving. And so it only took me about 15 minutes to realize that this woman in the yard isn't really a real woman. But the things that are happening in and around the home is just really like weird shit going on. Like, is there a ghost? And da, da, da. But it's like, no, they're all grieving. They all need to see a therapist, like all at once. Again, I could be completely wrong. I could just stop being an a-hole and actually just finish it, and maybe I'll do that. But I didn't like it. And I love Danielle Detweiler. Is that how you say her name? She is great, but I didn't really like the movie. I've also been watching a series called Government Cheese. Government Cheese is on Apple Plus, and it has Daniel Oyelowo. Oh, how do you pronounce his name? Government Cheese. It's on Apple Plus. Daniel Oyelowo. Daniel Oyelowo. I love him. He's so talented. Simone Missick is he plays his wife. He has a wife and 2 kids, and he loves his family. He'll basically do anything for his family, but he's a scientist. Not a scientist. He's an inventor. Let me back up. He seems to have an inventor spirit and that mentality that go get him like in your face, like I'm stealing my shit, like buy my shit. Like he's one of those annoying people that's just like any means necessary. He went to jail for check forgery for a few years, and he's basically trying to get reacclimated with his family. Nice black family, nice neighborhood. I think they're the only black family in the neighborhood, so they seem to be pretty well off. He just went to jail and fucked up and trying to get back on track with his kids and his wife, right? So but all throughout it, it's like there's not a strong nod to Christianity and religion or anything, but there is a Bible that comes into play, and then he is seen throughout the episode getting caught in these kind of like biblical like snags or situations or these obstacles that he's actually causing himself because he can't seem to stay out of trouble. It's funny, it's quirky, it's goofy, it's black. It's like it's pretty much almost a whole black cast. Bokeem Woodbine is in it as his best friend or his friend. It's good. I like it. I like it. It's quirky. It's fun. It's different. It's black. Like I said, it's black. And he's just trying to get his shit popping. He's going around and he created this drill and it does something, whatever the fuck. And he's just trying to like live his dream and take care of his family, but he goes about everything in a really weird, irritating, kind of like immature way. Anyway, Government Cheese is really cool. It's really good. And it's black. Please support it. Yes, period. What else? Oh, Handmaid's Tale. This is it. So Handmaid's Tale. I caught up with Handmaid's Tale. The last episode was April 29th. So I caught up with that. Be at the end. Oh my God. I just couldn't believe it. I don't want to spoil anything, but this shit is getting good. It's just, I love how it's like a slow burn. That was like episode 6 or 7 that I just watched. Aunt Lydia, what the fuck? Leave that girl alone. She doesn't want to go with you. Leave her alone. Aunt Lydia is so infuriating. Like, how do you not understand that you are one of the main causes of these women, their torture and their pain? Like, just let them go. All they want to do is just be free. They don't want to move from one prison to another or from one, like, this lady, she's so infuriating. Serena is, she needs to be slapped, and I'm hoping that June will do it soon. But the thing with Serena, she admires the hell out of June. Like I think she's jealous of June. And I think that she really cares about what June thinks about her. Like, she's so pathetic. I really feel like she's gonna end up turning on June because she's trying to be like, oh, I get it now. Like, nah, she's gonna turn. Yeah. Oh, I've been talking forever, just talking to myself, child. So I think that's it. It's almost 9 o'clock. Gonna finish my little treat, and what am I gonna watch? I'll find something to watch. I'll probably watch some shit on YouTube. Go down a few rabbit holes, you know. But thank you for coming back to another episode of Delightfully Chaotic. If I have anything to rant or rave about next week, I'll see you then, niggas. Bye.